Wow. I will definitely have to try making this homemade. The sauce is delicious, and I gotta say, the texture is unlike anything else I've ever had before. Give this a try if you have it at your grocery store. It's delicious. Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Tiny Kitchen Cooks. This is Cameron. I'm just doing everything from store-bought tonight because I've never tried any of these. We'll see how it goes. So, first of all, I've got some store-bought ravioli. I've got some store-bought tomato, Grana Padano, and Mascarpone sauce by Heinz, actually. But this is made in Italy. We'll see how it comes out. And something that I've never tried before is Nduja. Now, if you're not familiar with Nduja, basically it is a spicy Calabrian spreadable salami sausage. So I'll take you over to the cooktop in a minute, but the first thing that I'm going to do, I'm going to try to just sizzle off some of this Nduja and see how it goes. Then I'm going to add the sauce. Then of course I will boil off our ravioli and then combine everything. And then I'm going to zhuzh it up a little bit. I'm going to add some extra Parmesan style cheese, etc. And we'll see how it comes out. Here we go. Now this already has quite a bit of oil, etc. added to it, so I'm just going to try to put it into the pan and see what happens. So here we go. I'm going to put it on medium-low heat. Now the smells fantastic. That's what it looks like. I'm just going to add the whole thing. And after doing that, that's more or less what we're left with. Try to spread that out a little bit evenly. See if we can get that to crisp up a little bit. Let me turn up my heat. I'm now on 160°C, and we'll see in a few minutes after what happens. All right, that looks like it's starting to get nice and crispy, so I'm just going to turn down the heat a little bit, give it a quick stir. It's looking pretty good from what I can tell. We'll let some of that render out and see what happens. Again, I've never used this. All right, I'm going to let that condense down just a little bit more and see what happens. Meanwhile, over here, I've got some water boiling away, or will be soon rather, and that's where I'm going to boil my ravioli. That's starting to thicken up a little bit, so I'll go ahead and turn down the temperature once again to 80°C. Okay, that looks like it's starting to get pretty thick, so next I'm going to reduce that down to 60°C, and I'm going to add my store-bought pasta sauce, and I'm going to let it just slowly incorporate. Now let's see if we can't go ahead and incorporate that. Looking pretty good. Alright, that's now well incorporated, so I'm just now going to let that simmer on low, and once our pasta water's ready, I'll go ahead and add the ravioli, give it a quick brief boil, and then we'll go ahead and just add everything together. So let's see how this comes together. Now into my boiling pasta water, I'm going to add just a little bit of olive oil. And likewise, I'm going to add just a little bit of salt. Alright, now that our pasta water is boiling away up, we'll go ahead and add the ravioli. It says to boil for only 3 minutes, so I will set a timer. There we go. That's boiling away pretty well, so I'm going to lower this down a little bit, and I'm going to add them a little bit at a time. And here we go. Set a timer for 3 minutes. Give that a quick stir. And that looks like we're about done. So let me turn everything off. I'll keep this simmering. I'm going to go ahead and drain our ravioli, and then I'll show you what's next. All right, now that I've gone ahead and drained my ravioli, I'm going to add it directly into the sauce. I've kept a little bit of pasta water on there just to keep it nice and starchy. So we'll add that first. There we go. Then this is just grated Parmesan. I'm going to add about half of that now. We'll reserve the second half for plating. Give everything a quick stir. And that's looking pretty good. So here we go. I'll see you in a little bit to plate. All right, so this is more or less what we're left with now. Now I'm just going to plate it up and we'll see how it goes. First of all, I'll just scoop some out and see how it goes. And that's more or less what we're left for. I'm just going to garnish it with some Parmesan and then we'll try it out. Now, given that this is the first time I've ever made this and I've never used Nduja before, we'll just see how it goes, but it looks darn good, so we'll see. Let's give it a try. Wow. I will definitely have to try making this homemade. The sauce is delicious, and I gotta say, the texture is unlike anything else I've ever had before. Give this a try if you have it at your grocery store. It's delicious. Until next time, see you on
Any Kitchen Cooks.